So as you now know, there are two parts to photosynthesis. There's light-dependent reactions and light-independent reactions. And this video is going to focus on the part of photosynthesis that requires light, or the light-dependent reactions. So this starts when a photon hits the photosystem 2. So photosystem 2 is the one we're going to talk about first. Photosystem 1 and 2 actually undergo their reactions simultaneously or at the same time, but we're going to start off by talking about photosystem 2. So the photon comes and hits photosystem 2. This excites an electron. So an electron is going to jump from photosystem 2 into this mobile electron transport. Now it's called a mobile electron transport because it transports electrons and it can move. So that's going to take the electron away from photosystem 2. Now you can't just take an electron from something and expect it all to be okay. We need to replace that electron. So this is where water comes in. The plant gets the water from the roots, brings it up to the leaves where photosynthesis is taking place. Now photosystem 2 is going to split the water into hydrogen, oxygen gas, and free electrons. This electron is going to move to replace the electron that was excited and taken away by the mobile electron transport. So on its way to photosystem 1, this electron travels through the cytochrome complex. This kind of seems like a strange route to get to photosystem 1, but the purpose is to actually bring more hydrogen ions into the thylakoid. So we already have some hydrogen ions from the splitting of water, but we need more hydrogen ions. So the electron being pumped through this complex brings in hydrogen ions as well. So this creates a concentration gradient. So there's more hydrogen ions in here than there are out there. This makes the hydrogen ions want to push their way out. They want to go where there's less of them. So they're going to travel down through this protein complex called ATP synthase. And the purpose of this is to make ATP, which is fantastic for energy storing. So this ATP has tons of energy that we're going to use later on. So the electron that was used to get the hydrogen ions into this thylakoid is now reaching its destination of photosystem 1. But it spent a lot of its energy that it got from the photon to pump the hydrogen ions in. So now it has to be re-energized, which is convenient since there's photons everywhere. So then this electron now gets re-energized by the light energy from the photon. So once the electron in photosystem 1 is re-energized or re-excited by this photon, another mobile electron transport comes along called NADP. Now the electron is going to jump to NADP and combine with hydrogen. We're going to have two electrons, and it's going to give us NADPH, which is another way that the cell stores energy for later use. So that is the light-dependent reaction. The photon energy is used to excite electrons, so the electrons absorb the energy from the sun. Now the whole point of this system of reactions is to turn that energy from the sun that's in the electrons into something that the plant can use. So the excited electrons are taken through steps that allow that energy to be put into something the plant can later use. So the energy from the sun excites the electron in photosystem 2. This causes the electron to leave photosystem 2, so it has to be replaced. It's replaced by splitting up water, which contributes hydrogen ions, as well as oxygen. The electron gets taken through this cytochrome complex. The point of that is to get even more hydrogens into the thylakoid, creating a concentration gradient. This concentration gradient forces the hydrogen through this ATP synthase, giving us our first energy storage method in ATP. We're going to talk about what this is used for in the light-independent reactions, but for now, just know that it comes from the light-dependent reactions, from this concentration gradient of hydrogen. The electron continues on its path towards photosystem 1, but now its energy has been kind of used up, so we re-energize it with another photon. The excited electron, full of that energy, jumps onto this mobile electron transport, which combines with hydrogen to make NADPH, so another energy storage molecule.